This area is just beautiful and it is the perfect spot to come for a weekend getaway, or if you want to avoid the crowds, come during midweek. That's when we are here. It is a Monday and there are very few people here. It is really lovely and quiet. Hello and welcome back to Little Grey Box. It's Phoebe here with Matt behind the camera, and on this channel we share with you all of our experiences and tips to help you travel well. Now in today's episode we are in Australia in our beautiful home state of Queensland, exploring the Scenic Rim. So our trip today has been quite the road trip. We started at home, jumped in the car with all of our stuff packed in the back, and we drove out here to Binna. But along the way we stopped at a little place called Canungra. Now the town there is really beautiful, and we ducked into the Canungra hub for a delicious lunch. Everything they do there is homemade, healthy, fresh goodness, and you can really taste the difference on the plate. Now after we'd finished lunch we had a little bit of a walk around Canungra, jumped back in the car and drove about 30 minutes or so up here to Binna. Now the drive up here is absolutely stunning, you guys, so make sure you take your time and really enjoy it. Now Binna Lodge is actually positioned 800 meters above sea level, set against the subtropical rainforest of the stunning Lamington National Park, and we are staying in some pretty special accommodations up here, so let's take a look. Now we are staying in Groom Lodge 3 in room 301. Let's check it out. Good shower and a bathtub, and oh my goodness, it is looking out over these sensational views. You've got a great little kitchenette here, so you can definitely self-cater. Great sized bedroom. We've got a fireplace. It's electric, so you don't have to worry about emptying it or anything like that. Wow, you can just imagine on a clear day, and Matt and I will wake up early tomorrow and try and get that beautiful view for you guys, but you can just see all of the mountains out there. It is so peaceful and relaxing. And Jonathan, the CEO here, gave us the heads up that there is actually a resident koala that lives somewhere around here, so we're going to keep our eyes out for him.
Unfortunately, on the fateful morning, all of our efforts were to naught. It then, the next morning, jumped across the ridge and then came right up to the top of here, Mount Roberts, hit the outer edge of the cottages, and then literally just jumped along and destroyed all of the cabins. 45 in total, a dining room, a reception, a library. I'll show you more when we go up to the top, but I wanted to just give you a sense of that feeling of what the heritage buildings were like as you would drive up the driveway. This is when you would come on out and this amazing bell would be sitting here, and it chimed breakfast, lunch. It was bringing together in a community. So people here at Binna often, when they first came on that first night, they'd be looking for the single table, or looking for a table for two, or just looking for a table they can sort of, hide in or sit on the edge, to be welcomed with these massive communal tables. This was welcome into our family.
Now the term Scenic Rim was actually coined by Arthur Groom, and he was an adventurer, a naturalist and a tourism pioneer. He used the term Scenic Rim to kind of describe the semicircle of mountains that encompass the valleys between Brisbane and Tamborine Mountain. Now we are ending the day right here on our balcony, enjoying these beautiful views, and we have got some takeaway food from the Binna Tea House. So if you want to grab an early dinner there, you absolutely can, or you can do what we're doing, which is get it to go, come back here and enjoy these sunset views from your room. And you guys, if this Sky Lodge accommodation isn't quite for you, don't you worry about it. They have some great safari tents for that kind of glamping experience, or of course traditional camping.
I've been going way too fast, got you telling me to slow down.
Good morning, you guys. It is time for breakfast this morning. We are waking up here at Binna Lodge. We are getting ready to go out and do our bushwalk, so we have to fuel up. I'm still full from last night's dinner, so Matt is laughing at my minuscule breakfast, but I've got this really yummy mixed berry smoothie, and absolutely I need this coffee, so this is my double drink combo. Cheers to me. And Matt, classic Matt, has got this cheesy bacon. Is there an egg on there? Can I touch that? That looks great, you have to admit, that looks really good. And the coffee as well, so I mean, I guess I'll try it for you. Yum. Good coffee. Yum. Alright, so we're going to finish this and then we are doing a guided walk today. So I'm really, really excited to get out there and see a little bit of the national park.
You can have my life, I'll lay it down again. I just need your voice, I need the sound again.
Alright you guys, we are getting started with our guided walk this morning and this is our amazing, beautiful, knowledgeable guide, Nari, and she's going to tell you a little bit about what we're doing.
Yes, we are doing Tullawallal today, which is a beautiful circuit up into the rainforest, and we're going to see the Antarctic beech trees, which are very rare to see down where we are.
Yes.
So we're looking forward to that and hopefully going to find some wildlife on our way.
Woohoo!
So they're really, really ancient and they grow really slowly. So I don't know if you can see the scale of this one because it just keeps going. Often these guys have moss on their door, which is how I spot them, but this one doesn't have any moss. The indigenous people actually used to use that to their advantage. So they'd get big, long stretches of this vine and they'd pull it through hollowed out logs and it would catch witchetty grubs and things like that.
So that sound you're hearing, that crying baby screaming cat, that's the catbird. And Anari was saying, well, she knows it's the catbird, she's the one that's told us, but she was saying that tourists come out for a walk and then they go back and they've heard it and they're like, there's a crying baby in the forest. And Anari says, tell me what it sounds like, even though she knows what they're talking about, and gets them all to reenact the sound.
Mimic the sound. So Tullawallal is likely one of those spots that they could pass through and this would be a point to meet and then go in different directions.
Alright, so we have made it here to Tullawallal and we have just had the most lovely morning tea, some homemade Anzac biscuits, a nice cup of tea, and just a really nice chance to sit and relax and just soak it all in. The walk was really easy, you guys. It was really nice and cool. We were shaded most of the time and we saw an abundance of wildlife and so many things we wouldn't have been able to spot without our amazing guide. So if you do come up here, I absolutely 10 out of 10 recommend you do one of the guided walks. It is time for one of my favorite activities in the whole world, you guys. We are going to be doing a trail ride. Now we are doing that here with the guys at Scenic Rim Equine Group. Tell you what, I can't think of a better spot to do it. The views up here already look spectacular and we haven't even saddled up just yet. Now, these guys run a couple of different trail rides that you can do. There's some that go for an hour and some that go for a little bit longer. And of course, I'm sure they could manage whatever it is that you had in mind. But I really can't think of a better way to experience this region and take in some of these gorgeous views around the Scenic Rim.
All I want is you, yeah. All I want is you, yeah. All I want is you, yeah. All I want is. Ain't no switching back and forth. You're my life, you're so much more. This ain't about what
we just had the best ride and Bo, who runs them, is an absolute legend. Now the ride out here was nothing short of spectacular. It is the perfect backdrop for it. We got to see all of the Scenic Rim, all of those mountains, and there was this great weather change. It was so hot and muggy when we started, and then this rain that you can hear right now, that set in, it just swept across. It was so lovely and cooling. And I don't know about you, maybe I'm crazy. There's nothing that smells better than a wet horse. We were hoping that it was going to clear up a little bit, but it has not. It is still pretty overcast out there, and I know for a fact that that view is sensational. So do not let our overcast day change your opinion. Sitting here at Groom's Cottage, having dinner, watching the sunset, it would be the perfect spot for it. So Matt has got a beef stroganoff and an ice cold beer after all of that activity we did, and I have got their veggie curry. Here with that view, the heater on, in this historic cottage, what more could you want? Good morning, you guys. We are driving from Burra to Burra. Now, I have actually never stayed out here before, which is crazy. I can't believe I haven't been out here when it's so close to home. But I guess that's just one of the advantages of what has happened this year. It's given us a chance to kind of explore our own backyards a little bit more and do some more local adventures. So I'm really excited to check it out.
I'm just scared of doing something wrong. I don't want to see you go.
It is time for lunch and we have stopped here in Burra at Hummingbirds, Natural Pantry and Cafe. Now the store behind me is just chock full of goodies. I'm going to be stocking up on all kinds of things from in there. And the menu here is fantastic. There are so many options. Some for the meat eaters and plenty for the vegans and vegetarians. The herbivores like myself. This is their boonah bowl and this looks amazing. Yum.
Let you down, let you down, let you down, down, down. Let you down, let you down, let you down, down, down. Let you down, let you down, let you down, down, down. I don't wanna let you down.
Welcome to Binna. Now this is a beautiful tiny house and I cannot wait to show you around. I've never stayed anywhere quite like this before and it is very special.
Beautiful. It's hard for me to tell you how I feel. Unafraid to show you it's underneath. Cause I don't wanna let you down. Got a lot of demons up in my brain. Got a lot of bad thoughts giving me pain. I'm afraid to show you it's underneath. Cause I don't wanna let you down. Let you down, let you down, let you down, down, down. Let you down, let you down, let you down, down, down. Let you down. You down, down, down. I don't wanna let you down. Let you down, let you down, let you down, down, down. Let you down, let you down, let you down, down, down. Let you down, let you down, let you down, down, down. I don't wanna let you down.
You've got a great joke.
Okay, this is what people do around the campfire, right? What's the difference between a dirty bus stop and a lobster with a boob job?
I'd like to say I don't know, but I do. But what is the difference?
What? One's a crusty bus station and the other's a busty crust station. This is Ruby! Oh my gosh, she's like the meet and greet dog here at the Overflow Estate. This place is so beautiful, you guys. We are right out here on the water. It is lovely and cool. There is a breeze. The vineyard is set up. There is this beautiful historic house. We've got these great snacking plates here. Matt's got some cheese and olives and meats. I've got all of a plant-based one, and of course we've got plenty of wine too. This is a beautiful place. The food is amazing, the wine is great, and there's plenty of good company. Alright, and with that brings this week's episode to a close. Now, if you don't already, be sure to subscribe right now so you don't miss a single episode. And say hello in the comments below. I hope you have a great weekend, and we will see you with a brand new episode next week. Love ya!